A secret Instagram scroll, a private room in London, and a canvas tent in the African wilderness. This is how a royal rebellion was born in the shadows. But the ultimate tragedy of Harry and Meghan isn't how it started. It's how a prince recklessly brought a Hollywood outsider into a brutal system he never prepared her for. The fairy tale didn't just end. It was actively dismantled from the inside out. And the ultimate blame points directly to Prince Harry himself. To understand why this happened, we have to look back at how everything started in the summer of 2016. The public was told a very clean, sweet story about a blind date set up by a mutual friend. The reality is much more modern and calculated. Prince Harry was scrolling through Instagram when he saw a video of Meghan Markle. She was using a popular cartoon dog filter, laughing into the camera. Harry was instantly captivated. He did not ask a royal advisor for an introduction. Instead, he used his high society network to message her. They had mutual friends like Violet von Westenholz, who knew the royal circle, and Marcus Anderson, a director at the exclusive Soho House Club. A secret meeting was arranged in a private room at Soho House in London. The chemistry was instant and intense. Within hours, they knew their lives would change forever. The romance moved at a staggering speed. By their third date, Harry convinced Meghan to go on a trip with him to Botswana. This was a massive shock to the system for an American actress. Meghan was a self-made woman used to luxury, expensive hotels, and curated social media feeds. Suddenly, she was sleeping in a basic canvas tent in the middle of the African wilderness with a literal British prince. There was no running water, no cell service, and no bodyguards. It was a beautiful escape, but it created an illusion. In the wilderness, they were just two people in love. They forgot that outside of that tent, the historic rules of the British monarchy were waiting. To keep their relationship alive across the Atlantic Ocean, they made a strict rule. They would never go more than 5 days without seeing each other. Harry and Meghan spent thousands of dollars flying back and forth between London and Toronto in deep disguise, trying to outrun the media. But you cannot outrun public scrutiny forever. When the news broke, the reality of royal life set in. And this is where the logical breakdown of Prince Harry's decisions truly begins. To understand why marrying Meghan became Harry's fault, we have to look at the logic of the British royal family. The monarchy runs on strict rules, centuries of tradition, and the absolute sacrifice of individuality for the public good. Harry grew up in this system. He knew its expectations. He knew that a royal's priority is always to serve the public and protect the dignity of the crown, not to chase personal fame or individual desires. Yet, knowing all of this, Harry made the logical error of assuming Meghan could easily fit into this world without any proper preparation. However, Meghan made critical errors of her own that accelerated the disaster. Coming from a highly successful American entertainment background, her primary flaw was treating the British monarchy like a Hollywood PR machine, rather than a sovereign state institution. She fundamentally misunderstood that in royal life, the hierarchy is unyielding. You do not walk into the palace and try to immediately modernize or outshine senior members of the family. Instead of taking the time to quietly learn the protocols, build alliances behind the scenes, and understand the cultural nuances of British public service, Meghan applied a fast-paced, corporate celebrity mindset. Her impatience with traditional boundaries and her desire to control her own global brand created instant friction, causing her to view standard palace advice as a personal attempt to silence her. When Meghan entered the palace, she experienced an absolute culture shock. She went from managing her own life to adjusting to rigid traditions. She had to learn who to curtsy to, what to wear, and how to remain neutral on public issues. For an outspoken modern woman, this transition was incredibly difficult. The mental health toll on Meghan was devastating. She felt isolated and unprotected in a world she didn't fully understand. And why was she unprotected? Because Harry failed to manage the situation before the wedding. He was so eager to have a partner to share his life with that he rushed her to the altar. He did not sit down with his family to establish a realistic, modern role that suited Meghan's strengths while respecting royal boundaries. He simply brought her in and hoped for the best. When the media began criticizing Meghan, Harry panicked. Instead of handling the situation with calm, diplomatic skill, Harry reacted with immediate anger. He viewed every piece of traditional advice from his family as a personal attack, causing a permanent fracture between himself and his brother, Prince William. To see just how badly Harry mismanaged this, one only needs to look at how Prince William and Kate Middleton operate for the British Empire. William and Kate have mastered the art of royal duty, proving to be the ultimate pillars of the modern monarchy. While Harry and Meghan chased personal television deals and public grievances, the Prince and Princess of Wales stayed focused entirely on dignified public service, focusing on major social campaigns like mental health, education, and homelessness. Kate Middleton took the time to understand the system, patiently earning the public's deep trust and love through years of quiet devotion, even showing immense grace and strength during her recent health struggles. By choosing a balanced approach of family-first privacy and steady institutional duty, William and Kate have secured the long-term future of the crown, showing that the time-tested formula of service over self is what truly keeps the empire relevant and respected. This internal family drama quickly turned into a massive international mess. When Harry and Meghan realized they could not change the established royal rules to fit their personal desires, they decided to step away. This escape, known as Megxit, caused a massive shockwave in the United Kingdom. The British public felt deeply let down. Taxpayers had supported their transition, including funding their lavish royal wedding. For generations, the British people have loved and respected the monarchy because of its dedication to duty and lifetime service. When Harry and Meghan walked away from that duty but kept their expensive titles and started making millions of dollars from Hollywood entertainment deals, public opinion changed completely. They went from being celebrated figures to being seen as Hollywood celebrities who turned their backs on public service. But the reaction in the United States was completely different, creating a massive cultural divide between the two nations. In America, Meghan was seen as a hero. She was viewed as a strong woman who walked away from an old traditional institution to protect her mental health and her family. The drama became a highly profitable American entertainment product. It fueled intense debates in the US about modern celebrity culture, privilege, and individual freedom. Americans looked at the situation through their own history, viewing Harry and Meghan's exit as a classic choice of personal liberty over corporate or institutional demands. This divide split the global public into two radical groups. On one side are the royal loyalists who deeply love the monarchy. They argue that Harry and Meghan are narcissistic individuals who use their royal status for instant global fame, only to criticize the family on television for financial gain. They believe Harry broke the most sacred rule of his upbringing, prioritizing public duty over personal grievances. On the other side are their passionate supporters who believe Harry and Meghan are brave survivors who chose love and personal happiness over an unyielding system. The consequences of Harry's gamble have now caught up with him in the most public way possible. In his bid to live as a private Hollywood celebrity while demanding the privileges of a working royal, Harry has lost almost everything that connected him to his homeland. The British government officially stripped him of his taxpayer-funded police security, a decision he fiercely fought and lost in the UK courts. To make matters worse, Buckingham Palace officially evicted him from his final UK residence, leaving him essentially homeless whenever he visits Britain. When you strip away the media circus and look at the hard facts, the conclusion is impossible to ignore. This entire, agonizing fallout is the direct result of Prince Harry's choices. Harry knew the unyielding rules of the palace. He knew that the crown demands sacrifice, neutrality, and silence. Yet, driven by his own personal resentments toward his birthright, he recklessly dragged an unprepared American outsider into a world he knew she could not survive in, expecting a 1,000-year-old institution to bend to his will. In the end, Harry's failure to balance his personal desires with his royal duty cost him his security, his home, his court cases, and his family. The fairy tale didn't just end. Prince Harry actively dismantled it, and he is now paying the ultimate price in total isolation.